Good morning, September 29th, 2016. This is CISG114, Section 1. Today is day number 12, week number 6. Today is a very important day because I'm going to remind our students that their second homework is going to be due on October the 8th and also October the 9th. This is for a second learning contract. Time flies. This is the second week of the second learning contract, which means 3 weeks. Next week is the last week of the second learning contract. So let us get started. Welcome back to this classroom. First of all, if you have been watching closely in our Moodle environment, you will discover that we have not posted the information of week number 6 yet. That means for this week, I have not posted the information. That is very important because I want to make sure we go through number 5 material very comfortably. Last Monday, okay, we did experience some technical problem with the sound of the system. Today we fix it. And also, I would like to remind you, this is the second week in the learning contract number 3, which lasts for 3 weeks. So at the end of next week, that will be the end of the second learning contract. What happens next is you have to submit the homework that is closely related to second learning contract, which is based on teamwork. And when I checked the team information, I discovered that not many teams has been formed. So my job today is to remind you, now you have to get involved with your teamwork with at least 1 week's time to get your second homework done so that you have something to submit by next weekend, which is scheduled on October the 8th and October the 9th. Okay, let me just make sure that you know the schedule. October the 8th, it's Saturday. October the 9th, it's Sunday. This is where we are today, the 29th of September, which is Thursday. So you have about 10 days time to get your second set of homework done so that you can submit your second set of homework. Now, I will give you the information for this week as soon as tomorrow, including a teacher's message to remind you this is something you need to get ready. Okay, so now, before I continue, let me give the chance to our students who would like to share today, because they've already signed up. But first of all, I would like to remind Adrian, you signed up right here in the Dr. Ben's Q&A hotline this week. Thank you, but you should have signed up in another forum. Let me show you where it is. So, you should have signed up in this forum of week number 5. So if you go to week number 5, this forum, okay, you should be able to see there is something called call for students sign up for week number 6. Okay, this call is located in the public online discussion forum for week number 5. Now that is different from Dr. Ben's Q&A online. Okay, so make sure you sign up here. So when you click on this, the way to sign up is to make sure you click on this reply button and type something. Okay? Now I will help you to transfer your sign up from here to the other forum that I just mentioned. So let me see. Okay? I'm going to move this to week number 5. And then I'm going to move this to week number 5, the public online discussion forum. So I'm going to move it. Okay? So now I've moved your stuff here. Alright? So, and then I'm going to go back to this forum. And so you can see that although it's not absolutely included inside the response here, that I moved your presentation site in this forum, okay? So today we have actually a couple of students who would like to do the presentations. So without much ado, by telling you what to do before the end of next week, I would like to invite individual students to come here to do the sharing. So each student will be given 5 minutes, and the first student, Fiora, she did it last Monday, but she will be given another chance to do it today because last week I did not give her a chance to do it. So are you ready? Thank you, Fiora. So your first speaker today is Fiora. All right? Welcome back. Welcome. Good morning, Taizai. Very good.
Blog, link, photo sharing, RSS, podcast, and social bookmarking. Social toys to make your online life more interdependent. Blog, also named as weblog, is a discussion or informational website published on the World Wide Web, consisting of discrete, often informal diary-style text entire posts. Examples: blog supported by blog.com, a Chinese website. Synagogue, also a Chinese website. Create your own blog, share your thoughts and hobbies, find your friends, and broaden your eyes. Wiki. A wiki is a website that provides collaborative modification of its content and structure directly from the web browser. The similar thing in China by you cooperate with strangers to improve entire entries so that you can benefit more people, isn't it? Photo sharing is a publishing or transfer of a user's digital photos on examples, fake photo buckets, and live shows. The similar thing in China is big.com. Don't just put the photos into the artworks. Update to the safe website so you can scan them whenever you want. If you want to share, click the button called public. Then you will see other tools. RSS, rich site summary. Originally RTF site, often called really simple simplification. Uses a family of standard web feed formats to publish frequently updated information, blog entries, news outlets, or video. Most of us don't exactly know what it is, but actually you are possible to use it every day. When you open the WeChat, you will receive many latest news from the official accounts you subscribe to. That's a kind of use of RSS.
Very good.
Podcast. A podcast is an episodic series of digital media files, which a user can set up so that news episodes are automatically downloaded via web syndication to the user's own local computer or portable media player. Tired of waiting for the program in front of radio or TV? Use a podcast. Want to create your own radio programs? Use a podcast. Through the podcast, you are able to listen and make up the programs wherever and whatever you want to. Let's DIY and share with your friends. Social bookmarking. Social bookmarking is a centralized online service websites are arranged according to user satisfaction. Everyone does it, but all of us can do much. Share your ideas to each other and you will receive more intelligent support in return. Please make full use of these social tools. That's all.
That's very good. Tiara, you did a very good job in summarizing what we have learned as of this week and also last week. Thank you. Now the next speaker for today, based on your science sheet, it is, let me come back to the speakers first. Okay, Shukun, are you here? Thank you. Thank you. Please pick up the microphone. Thank you very much for your good work. Sorry for the interruptions of the phone. Today I got a number of phones. It's okay. Oh, it's you want to move forward, right? You want to go to the next slide, right? Okay, very simple. You just press this. And then press back, okay? Just move forward with that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
My topic is what is social responsibility in information age, and I think it's an old topic, and let's talk about this. And there has a service. It says that nearly 4 American in 5 expressed concern about fear through the personal privilege in American terms. So the information. The privilege information of them is very dangerous, and a lot of people were in danger of the information will be used in unsuitable ways.
All right.
And every person has a right to consider of the credit, insure, and employment and other benefits on her and her or his or her own credit. And social responsibility demand that all the involved persons present the information accredited and completed, and that is the duty of the individual is thereby and clear portrays to those who offer the benefits, because the social responsibility in now is not only the state of the information. Sometimes you post the information in the internet is correct or not is such an important thing. If you post some wrong information on the internet, and someone uses your wrong information, and you will have something bad happen. And the others, every person, and others' responsibility is everyone who's been to qualify for the transition should be treated with respect and fairness. Um, just like you command someone's things, just the block. If you want to command it, you should the word you use. I think you should use manner and the first word. And the social responsibility is not that information coverage as well as business providing direct service to the customer and act with fairness and custody. And and the next is that every person has the right to know what information has been reported on her or him so that it is accurate, can be understood and correct or expressed as needs in the fairness and to all involved. And the social responsibility demand that the information or her can ask the issuer should take back the information. Yeah, that's all.
That's very interesting. You explored, let's give him a big hand. He explored the idea of privacy in the context of when we get online, do some kind of online transaction, such as buying something online. The company providing those informations must treat us with respect and fairness. And this is a very important principle. We know that a lot of companies would like to get your information without even getting your consent. Look at the terms of reference when you use the free software. Many of these free software say that you're willing to give to the companies through the website's software your sensitive information. They did. We did not notice that. Okay, so this is a very interesting point. The social responsibility of the company doing business online in the context of e-business must treat every customer with respect and fairness. So thank you very much. Okay, we got a very exciting discussions. These points are important. I'm glad our student pointed this out for square. Okay, the next person who would like to share with us is Arisis. Are you ready, Arisis? Okay. Thank you. Please pick up the microphone and then speak into the microphone. Do you need help with your PowerPoint? I do not know what this is. I did not do anything, but this is the PowerPoint. Thank you, Arisis.
Hello everyone, I'm Aris and today I'm going to share what is ethics in the information age. So first of all, what is ethics in your mind? For me personally, ethics is something like rationality, responsibility, and autonomy. But what is related to information? So here is a picture shows ethics is business moral in principles, rules, and regulation of right conduct. So ethics in general meaning is actually a group of moral principles or a set of values of right behavior. But have you ever thought why it's related to information age? So basically, information age is also called computer age, and computer age. So now we are living in a computer age. We are responsible to obtain information ethics. It is because we are all obliged to help to increase the wrong use of the internet and build a sustained growth of the community. So to make it more easily to understand, what is information ethics? Here is my explanation. So information ethics is not actually something very straight in rules or regulation. It's not something in black and white. It's more likely to be an obligation in every individual mind. For instance, here is a picture. Now you see there are a bunch of people having a meeting, and there is a man who looks like a superior of them, and he's holding a poster that is called minimally invasive ethics. So, as an enterprise, they aim at protecting the customer's privacy. Business employees have responsibility, just like the pictures. They have responsibility to ensure and protect the privacy and earn the customer's trust. So, information ethics is not only related to the enterprise, but it's also related to us. Who are involved? We are involved. Not only IT community, every individuals are also involved. Because information ethics are highly related to our life. For example, whenever we create an account or transact payment online, the biggest concern is our privacy and the payment and whether the payment is secured or not. So in our daily life, we are highly related to information ethics. Everyone should require information ethics. So in order to obtain this, what do we need to do? First, never give misguided information. Just like my previously mentioned, we should never post some wrong information that may mislead some other people. And second, never steal information online. Even when we appreciate someone's words online, we should never steal the information because it harms the sustained growth of the society and also harm the original information of the owner. And next, never harm the public websites and never make fake identities. It is important for us to know we cannot create fake identity on the internet because it can create a lot of social problem. And then finally, protect our own privacy, such as installing anti-spyware. It's important to protect our own information by doing this kind of action. So, in the conclusion, as an internet user, we should take consideration in information ethics while the world is growing rapidly with technology innovation. At the same time, we should all highlight the examples of companies that whether they are doing everything right and whether they are protecting our own privacy. It's kind of responsibility, noting for everyone living in the information age, which people should require in this era. We should all have the duty to minimize the wrong use of the information. Thank you.
That's very good. I find it very stimulating to listen to Eric's in helping us to understand ethics and her interpretations of a set of moral rules and a set of values for proper behavior. That's very refreshing and indeed straight to the point. You see, we can learn a lot from your fellow students. Thank you very much, Eric, for doing that. So the next speaker is Adrian. Are you ready, Adrian? Oh wait, before Adrian should be Karen. I'm sorry, Adrian. Could you? Karen, are you here? All right, thank you. It's your turn. Are you ready? Yes. Just speak into the microphone. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Karen, and today my topic is what is information privacy. First of all, the definition of information privacy is the privacy of personal information and usually related to personal data stored on computer system. And information privacy is also the relationship between collection and dissemination of data, technology, the public expectation of privacy, and the legal and political issues surrounding them. And second, the issue of information privacy is that with the development of information age, information and data are applied in various areas in our life, which may make people come to crisis. Once people's information is revealed, their personal property, personal reputation, and even personal security can be threatened. Improper and non-existent disclosure control can be the root cause for information issue. Data privacy issue can arise in response to information from a wide range of sources, such as healthcare record, criminal justice investigation and proceeding, financial institution and transaction. And what is the challenge of data privacy and protection? The challenge of data privacy is to utilize data while protecting individuals' privacy preference and their personally identifiable information, preventing data mining and unauthorized use of personal information, which are illegal in many parts of the world, is of great importance. Information privacy has become a personal right of an important right. Being given necessary legal protection is also important because nowadays people like to upload their information online and also like to share their life on the internet. So it is really important that people should protect their personal rights, as the law and regulation related to privacy and data protection are constantly changing. It is significant to keep abreast of any change in the law and continually reassess compliance with data privacy and security regulations. So what should we do to protect ourselves? To prevent our information privacy from being leaked out, we should not upload our important information on the internet. And be careful when we fill in our personal information. Set complex password while registering accounts. And do not use public free Wi-Fi while transmitting any private or confidential data while without additional encryption techniques. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Karen, for giving us your perspective of information privacy. Now, if I were Karen, and if I were given, say, 1 to 2 more minutes to continue my presentations to you, I would definitely look up what is the situations in Macau today. Do you know what's the situations in Macau today? Well, we are granted in Macau, we do have an Office of Personal Data and Privacy Act, 什麼嚟個人資料私人辦事處 something like this. And we're grateful that in this small area called Macau, the government is sensitive enough to install such an office to help us to understand the issues of information privacy. Okay? I do not know if you ever encounter situations like this. If we need to set up an account in a bank, normally we need to fill in a form and then we need to present our ID to the bank clerk. She or he is going to process the bank account set up for us. Now, in the very past, when I was still a small kid, they keep a stack of the IDs of different people who come to the bank to apply for an account. The Xerox, that means the photocopy, your ID, okay, your ID issued by the government. And they keep a copy of your ID. And they keep a copy of your ID in such a way that you can easily see a stack of people's ID on top of the desk of this worker. And not just on this worker, almost in every desk with which a club or whatever it is associated. All those sensitive information are treated as a piece of paper. They do not exercise care to protect anyone's sensitive information. In Macau, you know that in the past, when it's under the Portuguese administration, in each person's ID, it contains the name of your father and the name of your mother. Okay? It also contains a status of yourself, be it single, married, or divorced. All of these are sensitive private information, and it is already there in the ID, and when you Xerox, produce a copy of your ID, all these information are in the copy. And if you do not handle with care, anybody can easily take a look at, oh, who's the father of this guy, who's the mother of this guy, let alone the age. Okay? So this is a very important piece of discussions on what is the status of the law in Macau to regulate the use of sensitive private information. So I appreciate Karen for giving us this very interesting systematic discussion. Now, Adrian, are you ready? Thank you very much. So, let me go back to your sign-up page here, and then I get to your presentation item over there. You do have a PowerPoint here. Yeah. Right here. Next time you need to upload it here first. Okay, now you can run it here and use PowerPoint. Okay. The way to do it is you must upload it to the Moodle environment. You don't bring this with you with the computer, okay? Thank you. You have to set it to broadcast mode. That's the button you need to press. Okay, that's right. And then you just press forward and backward using the small keypad in the notebook. Okay. Now please speak into the microphone. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about discuss about the collaborative and cooperative problem, because maybe most of the people will think that these two terms are the same, but the fact is they are not. So I want to talk more about this. And this is the, let me see that. This is the difference between the tasks and subtasks of the two are different. How to say that? Let me see. The cooperative is that students work together on a structured activity, but however they are responsible for a particular portion of the work. That means specialization. And the other one is that students work together to solve a problem, but taking the different abilities that each one of the members of the groups that in order to achieve the same goal. That means one of them is that they do the job in their own portion, and the other one is more communication, more interaction. And then there are different. One is static and the other one is dynamic, and the assignment is one is how to say that, open assignment. That means there are many unpredictable. That means you need to interact with each other. And also the difference are one is asynchronously and the other one is synchronously, and one is independence and the other is dependence. Yes, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, I thank you very much, Adrian, to help us to review the differences between cooperate and collaborate working. Okay, your USB, and make sure you upload or log on to the yes, you have to actually do here, or you can just add it here and add your PowerPoint. Okay, you just find it up. Okay, may I remind those students who came here to do the sharing today or before, after you've done the presentation of sharing in class, you need to go back to the environment here, okay? You need to go back to the environment here. For example, if you sign up from here, all right? If you sign up from here, this is where you sign up. At the end of your sharing, you need to go back to where you sign up and type in what did you share in class by clicking edit, okay? With a very simple outline what you shared in class, and you have to include the PowerPoint there. Now, if you've already included PowerPoint here, that's fine. What you need to do is to type in very briefly, what did you share here? This is an important record that you sign up, you share, and you type up the sharing contacts. These will become very important record towards the end of the semester when you claim back your learn score, also the in-class participation score, okay? So do not forget to do that. For those of you who finished sharing today, come back here, click the edit button, type in what you shared. You do not need to erase this, remember. You type in following what you type over there, okay? So it's very important that I remind you, you need to do this. Having said that, let's get back to our class first. We'll spend about 10 minutes time, 15 minutes time, reviewing what we have learned over this past Monday. Now remember, this is week number 6, but we're still doing our discussions based on the material on week number 5. I do not want to rush you, because we still have time to make sure that you understand what we are doing. Okay, since we experienced a technical problem on Monday, allow me to come back here to point out the important idea what we should have learned. Now, at the beginning of the week, we introduced to you the idea of, this is last week, the idea of collaborative and cooperative learning. This is very important because it prepares you for what you have to do in the second learning contract, which is going to end by the end of next week. In other words, by the end of next week, which is on October the 8th and October the 9th, you have another set of artifacts you need to submit, okay, as an important conclusion of the second learning contract. which starts from 3 weeks. And then over this week, we would like you to understand the meaning of the technologies behind web today. And we use several important examples. First of all, we introduce to you the meaning, or better say, the differences between the Web 2.0 as you're experiencing today with the previous generations of web, which is dated from 1994 to 2004. And normally we call this Web 1.0. And then we also introduce to you the idea of the blog, the technology blog. What's the idea behind this? We also introduced to you a little bit on the technology behind the wiki, and that is what happened last week. And this week, on past Monday, we tried to help you to understand the meaning of photo sharing, and also the meaning of podcasting, together with the meaning of RSS. We talked a little bit about social bookmarking, which could be understood along the same line as photo sharing and podcasting, and we consider this as some generic resources. Now, and then we introduced you a little bit about social media using the ice cream example. But we have not had time to inform you the context of social networking, but many of you have experience in using Facebook. So today, we would like to make sure in a very quick time, you will have the idea that we missed, okay? We missed the sounds of last Monday. So allow me to give it back to you on photo sharing.
When asked what should be saved in a fire, along with family and pets, people often choose photos. If photos mean a lot to you, it's time to learn why keeping them on the web makes sense.
Okay.
This is online photo sharing in plain English. As you know, cameras and photography have changed. What used to appear on paper now appears on computers and phones. No matter the format, we still love our photos, and now they have new powers. But first, let's be practical. These days, a fire may not be your biggest worry. A computer failure can destroy thousands of memories. You can avoid this by keeping your photos backed up on the internet. A number of sites make it inexpensive and easy for you to upload your photos for safekeeping. Now, because photos can be uploaded to a website, all sorts of cool things are possible. To make our point, let's look at the old way. You visit the Grand Canyon and take beautiful photos. You get them developed, and a few days later add them to a photo album that sits on a shelf. Few people see them, and it's a pain to find a specific photo in all those albums. Boo! Now, let's look at the new way, with a popular service I use called Flickr. You visit the Grand Canyon and take beautiful photos with a digital camera. Once you're home, you move the photos onto your computer and then upload them to the Flickr website. You just click Upload, find the photos on your computer, and upload them to the web for safekeeping. Ah, sweet peace of mind. Yay! But it doesn't stop there. You need to make sure that it's easy to find photos in the future. Along with adding titles, you can add keywords or tags that describe the photo. You might use tags like Grand Canyon, Arizona, Park, Scenery, 2007 to describe this photo. Each of these tags becomes a way for you to find photos in the future. Just click a tag and 1,000 photos become a few related ones. Now, once your photos are online and findable, it's time to look at another fun part of online photo sharing, the actual sharing. You can choose to make your photos public or private. It's up to you. Private is like a photo on your wall. Few see it. But public is like taking your photos to a party. They become a representation of you and offer a way to make friends.
Wow.
So try sharing your online photos with the public. Here's what to expect. Friends and even strangers may leave comments on your photos. You can see which of your photos are most popular, and you may even discover that you're more motivated to take photos because you want to share them with the world. So, photo sharing sites like Flickr do two things really well. One, they keep your photos safe, organized, and findable. And two, they make photo sharing fun by making photos social. At the very least, back up your photos online. But if you're ready for fun, open your photos to the world and start to feel the love. You can get started at Flickr, WebShots, or photobucket.com. I'm Little Fever, and this has been online photo sharing in plain English on the Common Craft Show.
Minutes
When
ago,
asked what should be saved in a fire,
you already heard what Fiona said with you about the free websites where you can use to do online photo sharing. Now, today's when you listen to the narrations together with the video here, I believe your ideas behind this technology is very much at hand in the context of what kind of impact does this technology have our modern living? Now you have to answer this question yourself, because in this course, we're talking about web technology in life. So you always have to come back to the ideas of what exactly is the impact of this technology in our modern living. Now, I believe you heard it. So let's go into the second one. Podcasting.
Remember the good old days of TV and radio? Everyone would gather around to be entertained. Shows were broadcast at specific times, and if you weren't there on time, you missed it. Broadcasts disappeared into the ether. Well, things have changed. This is podcasting in plain English. Here's the big idea. Thanks to podcasting, showtimes don't matter. When a new show is created, podcasting gives you a way to capture it and take it with you to watch or listen to later, usually for free. It makes shows personal and available on demand. That's what makes it different from broadcasting. It works by setting up a connection between a website and a computer so that new shows automatically show up when available. Here are 3 reasons why podcasting is becoming so popular. The first is that anyone can do it. No satellites, radio towers, or studios needed. Most people only need a microphone or video camera, a computer, and a connection to the web. With these things in place, they can make their own show that is open to everyone. It also means that there's a wide variety of podcasts. Whether it's investment advice from Wall Street or your neighbor's gardening show from down the street, there's likely a podcast for you. The second is subscriptions. This means that if you visit a website that has a great podcast, you can click a button and subscribe to receive future shows automatically. All you need is a free tool called a podcatcher, like iTunes, that acts as a way to capture the shows. The shows become yours to listen to or watch as much as you want, where you want. The third reason is gadgetry. You can download a podcast onto a computer, but you can also download it to an MP3 player or other portable device and take it with you. And remember, podcasts work on all sorts of devices, not just iPods. So, let's look at how Jason uses podcasts. He uses the web every day, rides the bus to work, and loves Japanese culture. Recently, he found a podcast by a Western couple living in Tokyo. After a quick listen, he subscribed to their podcast from their website. That night, as he slept, a new show downloaded onto his MP3 player. The next morning, he was on the bus, listening to his new friends in Tokyo, imagining what it would be like to eat the freshest sushi in the world. Podcasting made it happen. It made it possible for the couple in Japan to create a show for only a few yen. It made it possible for Jason to subscribe to their show and take it with him. Podcasting means we don't have to depend on traditional media. Now, everyone can have a voice that shows their true colors. I'm Lee Lefevre, and this has been Podcasting in Plain English on the Common Craft Show.
Do you got the idea what is the impact of this technology called podcasting in our modern living? First, you need to understand the meaning of P-O-D. P means personal, O means on, D means demand. It's something that is to you when you need it. Podcasting is the broadcast when you need it. You understand the meaning of it. So it's very important. It changed the way we used to absorb the news. We wait until 6 o'clock to read the news. No, you don't need to wait. You want to read the news, I will give you the news now, according to your need, according to your time, personal, on demand, podcasting. All right? So keep that in mind. You always need to come back to the question, what exactly is the impact of such technology in our daily living? Okay? Here we go. Let's go to RSS.
The internet has problems. Technobody says there's over 50 million blogs, and you can see it's going up. This is overwhelming. Today's show is about a new and efficient way to keep up with all this cool stuff that's happening on the internet. So I'm going to talk about 2 ways that you can keep up with what's happening on the web. There's the old slow way. Ooh. Then there's the new fast way. Yay! listed on the left, and on the right, I can scroll through all the new posts from my favorite sites in a single place. So to complete step 1, you need to go sign up for a reader at Google Reader, BlogMind, Newsgator, MyYahoo are good places to start. Step number 2 is to set up a connection between your reader and your favorite websites. Setting up these connections is called subscribing, and it's really important. Nearly every blog and news site offers the ability for you to subscribe so that updates from these sites show up here in your reader. To set up these subscriptions, you just need to look for funny little icons. This is the standard one using the standard orange color. You may also see these. These little icons say, hey look, subscribe to me. I can save you time. Once you find one of these buttons on your favorite site, click on it, and the page that opens up will give you everything you need for subscribing. After you click that button, one of 2 types of pages are likely to appear. This is one that provides one-click access to subscribing in your newsreader. The other page you're likely to see looks like this with code on it. If you see this page, copy the URL out of the page, go to your reader, and look for a link that says add subscription or add feed, and click on that and paste the link into your reader. So once you've added those subscriptions and the connection is there, new posts will start arriving in your reader, and you'll see why this is the new, faster way to read the web. It's addictive, so be careful. So, a quick recap. There are 2 things you need to do. Number 1 is go sign up for a reader. Number 2 is to go to your favorite websites, click on the icon, and subscribe. I'm in the fever, and this has been RSS in plain English.
We need you to remember the very important icon of RSS, because you need to look for a website with this icon so as to enjoy this privilege of subscribing your continuous stream of updated data into your source, or better say, into your reader. And where do you get the reader? Go to Google. Where do you get the reader? NetData. Okay, these are very good sources for you to continue your search. Again, the question is, now that you know something about this RSS, which is a continuous stream of updated sources with new information into your home, okay, your web home, where you can always enjoy reading things just at your own doorstep instead of going out to look for it. So what's the impact of this technology in your daily living? Okay, one more thing, so bookmark. You need to learn a lot.
It's just too much. Did you know that there are over 15 billion web pages? To make sense of it all, we need ways to pluck out the best pages and save them for later. We have choices. We could bookmark or add to favorites in our web browser. Nah, it quickly becomes messy. Plus, these bookmarks are tied to only one computer.
Right.
This is the old way. There's a new way that doesn't use a browser. It uses a website. This is called a social bookmarking site, and the one we use today is called Delicious. It makes bookmarking more useful and fun. We'll focus on 3 things: how to get started with bookmarking, how bookmarks are organized by tags, and why this kind of bookmarking is social. First, go to delicious.com to sign up for a free account. While you're signing up, you'll see an easy way to add a couple of buttons to your browser. These are important. The tag button is how you'll add new bookmarks to the website. On any website, you can click tag to save that site as a Delicious bookmark. Easy. Consider this example. You're a teacher who often uses the web to find math lessons for 8th graders.
Right.
You're overwhelmed by all the sites. There are just too many to remember. Using Delicious, remembering sites is as easy as tagging them. Here's one. Oh, nice. Perfect. Here's what happens when you tag a site. A new window opens and asks for more information. You can add keywords or tags that describe the site. These will help you find bookmarks later. You might tag this site algebra, best of, tutorial, math, and homework. Then click save to save it on the Delicious website. When you save a page like this, 2 things happen. First, the site is saved with all your other bookmarks on delicious.com. Second, the tags are saved in a list of all your tags. You just repeat this process for every site you want to save. This is bookmarking. Let's fast forward 2 months to make our second point. why tags are so important. Let's say you now have 100 bookmarked sites. Chaos, right? Well, since you added tags, you have a way to sort the bookmarks by the tags you assign. To find all the sites about algebra, you click the algebra tag and voila, 100 becomes 3. All your bookmarks are now more findable thanks to tags. But that's only part of the fun. Now, let's look at the social part of bookmarking to make our third point. Think about your fellow teachers. Couldn't they benefit from seeing your bookmarks? Well, they can. Delicious bookmarks are public. This means that your friends and peers can see your bookmarks and use your tags just like you. That's why this is called social bookmarking. Your bookmarks can benefit other people. Think about it this way. You start bookmarking algebra sites and your peers can see the interesting sites you find. Then they start bookmarking too. Within a few weeks, a group of teachers are all bookmarking their favorite math websites, and because they're all public, everyone discovers new and relevant materials. Together, you create a network that produces a steady stream of interesting and useful websites, all organized by tags on the Delicious website. The lesson is that social bookmarking sites take a world of chaos and make it orderly. Remember, there are 3 steps to get started. First, go to delicious.com to sign up and add the buttons to your browser. Second, start bookmarking sites with tags. And third, be social. Notice how useful and fun other people's bookmarks can be. I'm Neil Fever, and this has been Social Bookmarking in Plain English on the Common Craft Show.
Do you see how useful this is going to be in your second learning contracts work? Use social bookmarking to see how you can look up related information together based on a topic of interest in the 2 of you in one pair and the 2 pairs of you in a team, so you can compare the amount of information you can discover and share among one another in the group. All right? You need to use that as an important tool to demonstrate how you work together as a team. Okay? So what is the impact of this technology in your daily living? As far as learning is concerned, it speeds up a lot because it can help your fellow students to add into your own resources of knowledge during the process of group work without doing anything extra. You just need to tag. All right? So what about social media?
I'm sure you've heard the buzz. Social media may be the next big thing. What's it all about? This is social media in plain English. Let's take a visit to Scoopville, a town that's famous for ice cream. For over 20 years, Big Ice Cream Company has been making high-quality ice cream with a big factory in town. A few years back, the company did focus groups and found out that they could maximize profits by offering 3 flavors: chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. The residents of the town were content. They never thought it could be different. Then something happened in Scoopville. A new invention came to town. Suddenly, everyone could make their own ice cream for only a few dollars. This changed everything. The Smiths decided to make pineapple ice cream. The Joneses made ice cream with pecans. Soon, every kind of ice cream imaginable was being made by Scoopville's residents at very little cost. Of course, some ice cream was more popular than others, and that was okay. Sylvia's pickle ice cream had a very small but loyal following. That was fine. She only needed enough income to buy ingredients for her next batch. Jarrett's red velvet ice cream became so famous, he created his own store. Over time, people started to think differently about ice cream. It didn't always come from a factory. It also came from friends and neighbors. It became something to share, something to bring people together, something to celebrate. Big Ice Cream Company still made the best vanilla around, and to their surprise, demand even grew. But it was the unique, original, and authentic flavors made by the residents that brought people to Scoopville. When they arrived, however, there seemed to be a problem. There were too many flavors. Visitors felt overwhelmed. They needed ways to find the new, the popular, the flavors that were interesting to them. Franklin had an idea for his ice cream. Outside his house, he erected a board and invited his customers to share their thoughts on his ice cream. They could use words to describe it, stars to rate it, and leave messages for others. People loved it. At a glance, visitors could tell what his ice cream was all about and learn from people like them. Over time, each resident had their own board. Sylvia's board showed that her pickle ice cream didn't please everyone, but was very unique and interesting. Jarrett's board overflowed with positive reviews and ratings. Soon, a few things became clear. First, their ice cream got better because they could learn directly from customers. Second, free customer reviews were more valuable than costly advertising. And third, the boards created a way for customers to find exactly what they wanted. The combination of new technology and new ways to work with customers helped the residents feel like a unique community. So, this is social ice cream, by the people, for the people. It turns out that ice cream and social media have a lot in common. Today, everyone has a chance to make their own flavors, thanks to free tools like blogs, podcasts, and video sharing. Plus, we now have new ways for real people to play a role in providing feedback, organization, and promotion. Whether you're a big, established company, an individual with loyal fans, or simply someone with ideas and opinions, social media means new opportunities to create and communicate with people that care. New tools are arriving in cities and towns around the world. When this change comes to your neighborhood, the choice is yours. What flavors will you make? I'm Lee Lefevre, and this has been Social Media in Plain English on the Common Craft Show.
Now that you
Look
got
what I found. The Common Craft store now offers downloadable versions of our videos for you.
Now that you got the story retold based on your learning absorbed on last Monday on this ice cream story in a very small district or village or a town, and then you connect this story with the idea of a social media, the ice cream maker to the blog, the ice cream maker to the wiki, the ice cream maker to the RSS, and then what can you do about this with this model of sharing information? And that's the power of social media today. An example I showed you the other day is the ratings on TV program. Finally, social networking.
Networks get things done. Whether it's sending a letter or writing your home, networks make it happen. To get from Chicago to Santa Fe, we need to see the network of roads that will get us there. We see that Chicago is connected to St. Louis, which is connected to Dallas, which is connected to Santa Fe. Of course, people networks can help us with finding jobs, meeting new friends, and finding partners. You know how it works. Bob is your friend, and he knows Sally, and Sally's friend Joe has a job for you. This is a network of people, a social network. Yay! The problem with social networks in the real world is that most of the connections between people are hidden. Your network may have huge potential, but it's only as valuable as the people and the connections that you can see. Boo! This problem is being solved by a type of website called a social networking site. These websites help you see connections that are hidden in the real world. Here's how it works. You sign up for a free account and fill out your profile. Then you look for people you know. When you find someone, you click a button that says Add as Friend. Once you do this, you and that person have a connection on the website that others can see. They are a member of your network, and you are a member of theirs. What's really cool is that you can see who your friends know and who your friends' friends know. You're no longer a stranger, so you can contact them more easily. This solves a real-world problem because your network has hidden opportunities. Social networking sites make these connections between people visible. Like a map for a highway, they show you the people network that can help you get to your next destination, whether it's a job, a new partner, or a great place to live. Your network is suddenly more useful. You can get started at these sites: LinkedIn, Facebook, and MySpace. I'm Lee Lefevre, and this has been Social Networking in Plain English on the Common Craft.
There is one thing you need to be aware of when we come to the social network. It's very unlikely that we know every single person in your network of social network. Ask yourself this very important question when you have the Facebook experience. How many friends do you have in Facebook? And ask yourself, based on this number of friends you have on Facebook, because you have them as your friend, do you know the friends of your friend in the network of friends there? And how much of the leeway your friends could get to know you? And then in the context of using WeChat, is another very interesting tool today. Do you know how much you can actually get in touch with those circles of friends? What is the impact of that? So we go back to the question is, what exactly is the impact of this technology for social networking in our daily living? All right, so I would invite you to use the examples that I provided today That's the example to start out with your work that you're going to submit next week. We have a lot of good examples with a lot of room for elaborations. And this elaborations can be done cooperatively among your team member, and also could be done collaboratively within your pair. Okay? So allow me to get back to what you need to do and get done before next weekend. First of all, each one of you need to come to this link, Documents Q&A Hotline for week number 5. Okay, remember this link. And use the link here to give me the information of your team. Now, each one of you need to do the same, okay, in order not to miss out any information. The way to do it is very simple. Do you still remember the table I invite you to use when you give me your learning partner? It should be a table like, okay, let me just use this one, a table like this, okay? I invite you to copy this table and fill up the information of you and your learning partner. This is the way to give the information of one pair. This is again the way to give the information of another pair. But you must include the name of this pair here at the top of this table, the name of this pair at the top of this table, because you already have the pair identity, okay, and you know which pair you belong. So you just need to give the pair information by copying this table, add the name of this pair, and then fill up this table for your team pair partner and add the name of this pair, okay? You must give the name of the two pairs, okay, together with the information of your pair partners. Now you cannot create a new pair with people from the existing pair throughout. You must use the existing pair as the basis to create your team, all right? So everybody, would you please make sure you give me your team pair informations before the end of today by coming to Documents Q&A Hotline for week number 5 and add a topic called teaming informations, okay? Teaming informations. This is very important. And it's so much better you do it this way, okay? You copy the two tables, but you must add the name of this pair, the name of this pair. You got it, all right? So please do it. And as far as the artifact you need to prepare, you will receive a teacher's message by tomorrow, which tells you exactly the artifact you need to prepare, just like the teacher's reminder in the week when you have to submit the learning artifacts for learning contract number 1. Okay, I have enough time to do attendance, and then I'll show you the meeting of wiki using the wiki here. Let me do the attendance call first. For today, Rex, are you here today? Thank you. And then Fiora, thank you. Sichun, you're here. Terry, are you here? Thank you. Neil, are you here? Thank you. Coco, thank you. And then CO is here. All right, thank you very much. And then Adrian, you're here. Vicky, you're here, right? Vicky, thank you. Harris, thank you. Laomi, thank you. And then Rajan, thank you. Tai, thank you. Mokpin, thank you. Schofield, thank you. Rina, thank you. Selena, thank you. Addison, you're not here today. Rita is not here today. Okay. Karen, you're here. Oz, you're not here today. Andra, yes, thank you. And then Tiffany, you're here today. All right, second page. So Teresa, thank you. And then Ziyu, thank you. And then Ruji, thank you. Alice, thank you. Will, thank you very much. Now, just have a 5 minutes left, so allow me to show you what you're supposed to do starting from next week, okay? And it's not absolutely important in the second learning contract, but very important study from the first learning contract. You see there's a link here called Peer Online Collaborations Wiki for weeks 5 to 7. So when you click into this link, this is what you see, okay? It will ask you, do you want to create a new page, all right? So for this particular page, since you already have the peer identity, and when you are doing this wiki, you mostly do it within the context of a peer or in the context of a team, since we don't have a team here yet. I use the pair to start with. So I go to pair number 1. So if you belong to pair number 1, you will see what I'm typing in today. So this is, I'm creating the first page called collaboration page for pair number 1 now. Remember, you do not need to change anything here. By default, we need to use HTML format. Forget about the 2 others. You don't need to pay attention to the other. And make sure you check HTML, okay? And then you create a page. You click create a page, and that's what you see. You've got the editor, just like when you use the editor for the journal, just like when you use the editor for the forum. So you maximize all the tools here by clicking on this button. You click it again, you minimize it. I want to see all the tools. Now I want to have a big editor. I click on this expand button. Okay, so I have a big editor. If I want to have a small editor, I click it again so you see that. So now I want to have a big editor. So now I want to type something in. I want to center what I type, so I say SAGE. Not SAGE, this is not SAGE. 114, section 1. Web technology, right? Okay, so this is the title, and then I would say this is pair, CISG 114, section 1, pair 01, okay? And so I would say this is the collaborations wiki for learning contract 002. Okay? Now I want to make this to be a title. So I select the title of perhaps free. You see the heading. I want to give it some color. So I will change this to color red. Yes, you can see that. And I want to give this to title 4. And I want to change this to blue. And finally, I want to make this to be title heading 5. And I want to change this to green or something like this. All right. So now you have the beginning. All right. So after you have the beginning page here, if you want to set up this as an environment for you to do collaborations, okay? So whatever it is, I want to save this first. I click back on this, and so I say, I save, all right? So once I save this, you can see that I have created a page with this important header. This is the page I created with this important header. Now take a look at this. On top of this particular area, you see some button, just exactly the same as you learned from the wiki. This is the view button. Everything it's in the view mode. You cannot edit it. But if you click on the edit button, you can start edit this whole page. So let me edit this. Okay. So edit this. I would say now I would get back my cursor. So you see that my cursor is over there. So I'm going to say this is an important page for learning contract number 2. Okay? So I'll do introductions. suppose this is what you want to allow people to take a look at your home. So this is actually your home space, okay? You guide people to your home. Suppose this is your home. You want to set out some space in this home called the dining room, the bedroom, and the living rooms. So in particular, you have the individual space. You see that I have tried to give you the idea of how to map the space. Suppose I want to set out two individual offices in this pair space. And the first office is called member 001. The second office is called member 002. And then I want to set up some joint office space. Okay, so in this particular work area, called your collaborations wiki, I want to set up two individual space, but I want to set up one joint pair workspace. So at this point, I need you to remember the following very important technique. In the wiki environment, normally there's some kind of tags we need to use to turn the plain text into something called link. Okay? Now, take a look at what I'm doing here. I'm going to create the first individual space called member 001, and I'm going to create another individual space called member 002. Look at what I did. I just enclosed the name of these two names, member 001 and member 002, with two sets of square brackets. Okay? Now let's take a look at what happened when I saved them. When I save this space, you can see that now the two names, when I put the two set of square brackets, one for each of this name to enclose it, after I've saved it, the machine behind this wiki will turn this two names from black space, regular wording, into red color and italic space. Now this means the links, the name here, member 001, and this name, member 002, is now turned into a specific link in the context of a web page. So that if I want to create a page based on this link, what I need to do now is I need to click on one of this link. Take a look at it. And when I click on one of this link, it will ask me, do you want to create a page with this name as the name of the page? Everything remains the same. HTML, and the group is under this pair 01. If I want to do it, I just say create a page. And now I transfer to the page with the name member 001 is a page immediately below the front page. So I type something here. Okay, so now you see that this becomes a page. But how can I get back to my front page? In order to get back to your front page, you need to come to the map link. Okay, you click on the map link. You will be presented with the informations below. All together, you start with this particular page. You create one more page. So I want to get back here, so I click on this. I will be back to the front page. Now this is the first case of the mechanics behind the wiki. Don't worry about this. You will learn more about this next week. I want you to see this because it's everything under your control. Depends on your imaginations. You can decorate your page with graphics, with pictures, with links, and then this is your area to show people how to collaborate. Now, I'm 5 minutes behind schedule, so I must let you go. So that's it for today's CISG 114, section 1, day number 12, week number 6. Until next week, see you. All right. Sorry to hold you long. I know you're hungry.